Right now it's very dangerous there because the water is coming up on there, the basement. So it's not living there anymore because the power panel is there, so it's very dangerous to live.
It's a story City News first brought you Friday. 7 families forced out of 81 Wilson Park earlier this month thanks to raw sewage flooding the basement right next to an electrical panel. A neighbor called this into the city. They ordered tenants evacuate immediately, citing health and safety hazard. Now, that building is owned by Rakesh Gupta, and we're outside his offices on Bloor, where he invited us to speak with him here this afternoon about those lengthy list of issues at that building and a number of others that he owns. But in the end, he refused to speak with us on camera. Now, as we told you Friday, the city has listed 16 different citations at 81 Wilson Park, including broken locks on the main doors, stairs that aren't structurally sound, broken heating, and cracked walls. Now, a city viewer also sent us this video of a crumbling ceiling last year at 34 Hayden Park, a building Gupta recently sold. That building had 50 investigation requests since 2016. Now, when we asked Gupta about all of these issues, he said, well, complaints from tenants is just part of being a landlord, and that many of the issues were a result of tenants' actions. Despite being listed as number 9 of Toronto's worst landlords on a watchdog website based on city violations at 2 of his properties, Gupta says he believes he's a good landlord and says he's currently working on fixing the issues at 81 Wilson Park. Now, this isn't the first time that Gupta has dealt with tenant complaints. Last year, about a dozen tenants at 2 buildings on Triller Avenue took him to court and won, but they say they're still waiting for their compensation.
Tenants applied to the Landlord and Tenant Board for rent abatement for the conditions that they've had to live in, as well as for an order that he do those repairs. The Landlord and Tenant Board has ordered Gupta to pay the tenants, but he's refusing to pay.
Now, we're told that those tenants are taking Gupta to small claims court over the tens of thousands that he's been ordered to pay them. We did ask him about that money, and he said that his lawyer is dealing with it. Now, these issues were brought to us by City News viewers. If you live in a building owned by Gupta or a similar building with issues like this, we'd love to hear from you. Here are all the ways you can get in touch.